About a year 378. The Serbs and the Germans, united under the name of Goths, conquered almost all the Balkan Peninsula. At that time, these and those northern Serb immigrants merged with those southern Serbs, the old natives of the Balkan. Byzantium and Rome were then at the worst, and the Serbs and Germans easily consolidated themselves in the Balkans and founded a special Gothic state. But in this Gothic Serbian army, there were very few true Germans. The rest were all Serbs. For this, when the Germans wanted to assume all authority, the Serbs joined with the Greeks, and began to beat the Germans, as same as they have beaten the Greeks with the Germans until then. While this was happening, Huns attacked, bringing with them remaining Caspian and Caucasian Serbs, and along the road gathered under their banner many other Serbs, so that the Serbs constituted the main killer force of the Huns, and the first followers of the Hun leader were Serbs, among whom particularly emphasizes some, Ono Gost. About a year 449. The Serbs and Huns were the full masters of all the countries in the Danube and Posavina. One wing of these Serbs descended into Dalmatia. In alliance with these Serbs, Huns under their leader Attila, attacked Rome and Byzantium, and almost destroyed both of these empires. All the backlogs of the German Goths from the Balkans were forced out. These Serbs, who came with Huns, stayed among their brothers in the Balkans. Soon after the death of Attila, Huns disappeared as the wind blows, as they destroyed many Romanesque and German tribes in Europe. And so the Serbs rised, and founded the first state, and the first Serbian dynasty, in the Balkans. As soon as the Goths and Huns collapsed, a great man named Svevlad appeared among the southern Serbs. He came from the Greater Serbia and skillfully used the weakness of Byzantium and Rome, and founded the new Serbian state, which spread across the mountain of the Balkans, from Rila to the Old Mountain, and across northern Macedonia, Old Serbia, and Albania, along the Adriatic Sea, even in Istria to Trieste. Because of the alliance between the Serbs and the Germans, many have mistakenly classified Svevlad as king of Goths, stating that he is a Goth of Slav origin. But he was a Serb, a Lusatian Serb from the Lusatian tribe of Milčans. This information was also published in the book by prominent Serbian historian Miloš Milojević, whose book was forbidden to the public for 124 years. And that the Milčans were Serbs, and that they called themselves Serbs Milčans, also confirms the medieval German historian Dietmar von Merseburg. Svevlad had 3 sons, Boris, Tocilo, and Ostrojilo. After his death in 530, he was succeeded by his eldest son Boris. He stays in his father's lands, and sends 2 younger brothers to conquer other territories. Tocilo, in agreement with his brothers, went to Italy with a large army, and after many victories won Rome. He continued to attack Italy in cooperation with the German Goths, and accordingly some think he was a Goth, which is not true. Ostројило transferred his capital to Prevalis, under the Shah mountain. He won many of the remaining cities in the Adriatic coast. He destroyed the old town Epidaurus in Dalmatia. The Greeks and Latins, fleeing from the Serbs, withdrew to the island of Lorcrum and founded the town of Rigasa. The Serbs came after them, and settled down and fortified the city of Dubrovnik, which later became very strong and famous from its wealth and education. Three brothers, Boris, Tocilo, and Ostrojilo, at the same time ruled and conquered. From there originates the coat of arms with 3 lion heads, which represents the rule of 3 brothers, and the dynasty Svevladović. This coat of arms is now used as the coat of arms of Dalmatia. After the death of Ostrojilo in 552, he was succeeded by his son Svevlad. And that Ostrojilo and his son Svevlad were Serbs, also confirms Jan Antonio Boman in his genealogical tables of the Serbian kings.